and to Alton Park, where we're here for the TVR Tuscan Challenge, and on the front row, Campbell with these stunning machines, developing some 450 brake horsepower. It's a beautiful day here at Alton Park, and Phil Hindley we're on board with as we go down for this opening lap. The charge, the cavalry charge down to the first corner, and Bobby Verdon-Roe gets it. He gets the advantage side by side. Phil Hindley, will he run wide? No, he won't. Martin Short has, well, we've got a much higher view there than Martin has. Down in that cockpit in third place, there'll be nothing he can see in front of him. And through the field, they're all making their way through. Steve Cole, Gavin Cooper, the winner, of course, of the qualification race we saw earlier on today. And everybody trying to find their bit of tarmac. Ian McKellar goes through on the inside as we head up towards this very tight hairpin on the opening lap. Ian McKellar, former world hot rod champion, of course, made the step to the circuits just last year through the Eurocar series and back here in TVRs, and going extraordinarily well in the opening part of this series. 10 is Steve Hyde, and they break. That's the squealing going on as they make their way through Falstons. And it's the London Brace racing instructor Jamie Campbell-Walter right in the wheel tracks of Bobby Verdon-Roe at Nick O'Rourke, and everybody else trying to find a piece of tarmac to play on. Gavin Cooper there on Phil Hindley, so that promotes Cooper up a place. Phil Hindley demoted back down the order up underneath Clay Hill. Oh, and off in the 26 car is Tim Hood, and also with the problem there, Stephen Radcliffe. So those two are going to cost themselves a few places, but look out, Ian McKellar there in the number 96. TVR has caught the leading two. You thought for a moment that they were really streaking away with it, but not so. Ian McKellar really trying to get on terms, and there's Steve Cole defending for all he's worth. Look at the man, left and right behind him. Spectacular stuff from the Tuscans. And over the hill they come. Still no change in that leading order, but they're definitely bunching up. We're on board with Michael Caine, and hang on for the ride of your life as we get very squirrely there coming through Ireland. We get into Shell, a tight hairpin, and they're squabbling about behind us, frantically trying to find a position. One of whom is Jeremy Rollison in the 39 car there. Down the hill they come. On the outside is Alex Garner. Can he find a way through? Well, no, he managed to drop back in, though. Very fortunate there, Alex. He could have been squeezed right out wide, but he held his position up front, though. Bobby Verdon-Roe has now opened a two-car, make that 3 or 4 car advantage over second place Jamie Campbell-Walter. But look at McKellar. Trying to drive into the boot of that TVR in front of him, and McKellar's going to go to the inside. No changes. Goes to the outside. They're going to be side by side through Lodge. A little bit of paint stripping going on there between these two. Is McKellar going to be pushed out wide? No, he backs off and slots in behind Jamie Campbell-Walter, all of which is allowing Bobby Verdon-Roe to eke out ever more an advantage as they slip through Old Hall Corner. And still the same with the two behind, but there's Steve Cole off. Oh, and Alex Garner. Oh, he's off as well. Somebody else spinning as well to the inside, I think in avoidance. Not quite sure who that was, but we'll try and pick that up for you as things develop. Well, Alex Garner looks as though he's going to rejoin, but a spectacular moment for him at Druids. And still Jamie Campbell-Walter fighting off the amorous attentions of Ian McKellar behind him. Well, he might not take to that too kindly throughout the rest of this race, but it's up to him to try and keep him behind, and for McKellar to try and fight a way through. We're back on board with Michael Caine up the hill again. And Caine is fifth, with the man ahead of him, Martin Short, in fourth place. Well, these two a little bit back from that leading trio, but Shorts will hope that he can try and reel them in. If those two can work together, they could get in terms with these two. McKellar's on the outside, a dangerous place to be at Lodge. Oh, and there's contact there. Campbell-Walter fights back. Well, he's got through. Fair play to Ian McKellar. It's a great bit of driving. How on earth did he pull that one off? Jamie Campbell-Walter must be wondering what the heck is going on, but this young man, Ian McKellar, is a real force to be reckoned with within TVRs, as is Michael Caine, who goes up the inside of Martin Short. Has he overcooked it, though, at Old Hall? No, he hasn't, is the answer, and neither did Ian McKellar as he swept through. Look at Campbell-Walter, though, really on a four-wheel slide there. And talking of sliding, bye-bye Ed Sharp, looking a little bit blunted off at Druids. Now, can he get that restarted? Well, no problems up front for Bobby Verdon-Roe, still continuing to stretch his advantage. Michael Caine. Oh, it's got it all out of shape. Oh, Michael, now, did he jump or was he pushed, I wonder? Well, Martin Short is the only man who knows the answer to that question. Oh, and McKellar is on. Well, that's more than the kettle on in there, I think. Ian McKellar doing exactly the right thing and getting out of that very toasty. Well, you can see the flames licking at the roll cage there, just above the number 96. Oh, McKellar will be absolutely fraught with that. Pacing up and down. Oh, he just doesn't know what to do. Desperate misfortune. Well, Michael Caine was also in the wars, wasn't he? At Knickerbrook, he spun the car out. We're not sure whether there was contact there with Martin Short. They were fighting very hard, those two, but I think, to be fair, there was no real malice in that, even if Martin did give him a little nudge up the backside. But there is the salute of victory. First with his right hand, then with his left for Bobby Verdenroe, who takes this victory in the TVR Tuscan Challenge, and the very valuable points, of course, that go with it, particularly with Ian Flux not out, having destroyed his car in qualifying earlier on today. But there's the confirmation. Bobby Verdenroe takes that victory. Jamie Campbell-Walter coming through into second after Ian McKellar had his hot moment, with Martin Short taking third place. There they all are on the podium. And there's Fluxy presenting the awards. Well, disappointing that Fluxy didn't make it into that race, and he is very noticeable absentee from that leaderboard.